Doom: The Dark Ages keeps the modern Doom series going by shifting settings to a gritty medieval world full of iconic demons with equally iconic weapons that players can use to take about. The game is broken up into missions, which are woven together with narrative cutscenes that bring in a nice sense of direction to the gameplay, but the actual fighting really takes center stage. From giant mechs to mechanically enhanced dragons, there's never a dull moment, and players are given every method possible to deal as much destruction and wreak as much havoc as they possibly can. The new shield mechanics combined with the old school weapons like the shotgun turn Doomslayer into a dashing powerhouse that closes gaps and tears through anything that gets too close in a matter of seconds, delivering a power fantasy of hellish proportions.
Titanfall 2 is easily one of the best FPS games out there. It brings with it so much action and gives players all the tools they need to push the movement and gunplay to their limits, both in and out of the Titans. Despite the name, running around as a pilot can be just as fun, if not more enjoyable at times, as players can zip around the map with a variety of movement skills to outwit their opponents and get the upper hand. The momentum never really stops, and the same goes for the campaign, where even though there is a story to follow through each mission, it is hard not to get distracted by the awesome gameplay and explosive action that coats every moment of the game.
Sunset Overdrive is a hilarious and super fun open-world game that has no regard for seriousness whatsoever. Set in a city overrun with zombie-like creatures thanks to an energy drink gone wrong, players skate, bounce, and glide across the skyline, grabbing collectibles and shooting anything that gets too close. The story itself is never the real focus, as with such an intense and adrenaline-filled ride ahead of them, players will be far more interested in styling on their enemies and unlocking ridiculous weapon combos to decimate the hordes with both finesse and style.
Helldivers 2 takes the concept of interplanetary warfare and thrusts players straight onto the battlefield, fighting together against bugs, aliens, and robots across dozens of different planets. Each texture around the Earth is broken up into segments, containing planets with different missions and enemy types to take on, all providing unique challenges and rewards for players of any kind. There's no narrative restricting players or even any specific NPCs to draw their attention away from the fight, ensuring that every moment feels just as exciting as the last. With explosions firing in all directions and enemies approaching from all sides, it doesn't take long before mayhem ensues, and it is up to the player to use their arsenal of airstrikes and automatic turrets to fight back and defend Super Earth at all costs.
Spider-Man 2 maintains all the same action and fluidity of the first game and brings in plenty of new tricks to spice things up in unexpected ways. The ability to play as Miles Morales adds another layer of complexity to certain encounters, as no two missions are truly the same, but every single one feels like an action sequence straight out of a Marvel movie. The real joy comes from the free roam and the movement around the map. The ability to swing around and fly through the air at incredible speeds is also truly awesome, and the way it transitions effortlessly into combat allows every moment to deliver on the gameplay first philosophy in the best way possible.
Hades has stood at the top of the roguelike genre for many years now, and it is clear to see why. Diving straight into the underworld, players fight fire with fire, dashing across the screen at high speed and dispatching progressively more challenging foes as they get closer and closer to taking on the final boss. The real fun comes from the ability to choose between several starting weapons that all have very distinctive playstyles, combined with traditional roguelike mechanics that allow players to grow stronger throughout the run in interesting ways aside from simple stat buffs. The intensity never slows down, and players are encouraged to push their limits as much as possible against smaller foes and the bosses themselves.
Ghost of Tsushima is sword fighting at its most satisfying. It's not just about slashing through enemies, it's about timing, precision, and elegance. Every duel feels like a mini samurai movie. You can charge in like a warrior or sneak around like a ninja, and the world responds to your playstyle. The combat stance is super satisfying to master. It rewards skill and gives you that 1v mini fantasy. You don't play this game, you dance through it with a blade in hand. Control is just pure chaos in the best way possible. You're throwing chairs, levitating midair, dodging bullets, and using your mind to rip enemies apart, all while inside a building that keeps shifting like a dream. The combat is so smooth and stylish, you feel like a superhero with psychic powers, and the gun, it's one shape-shifting beast. The game doesn't just look good, it feels amazing in your hands. Every move, every shot, perfectly synced. If you love gameplay that makes you feel powerful and in control, pun intended, this one nails it.
Sekiro is the new gold standard for parry mechanics in gaming, delivering a satisfying and challenging deflection journey to test even seasoned Souls-like players. Everything revolves around the sword play, as the upgrade mechanics have been streamlined, which allows players to focus entirely on learning and mastering the absurd precision required to succeed. As players progress, they were given more tools to combat specific attack types, with every skill being a valuable tool that can be used in nearly every single fight. The story is great, but it is all the same From Software tendencies to keep things ambiguous, allowing the gameplay to really steal the show, demonstrating a level of perfection that is still yet to be matched.
Arkham City made you feel like Batman. The combat is fast, fluid, and brutal, all about rhythm. One button to attack, not the counter, and yet never gets boring. It's not just punches, it's gadgets, stealth, detective work, and gliding across the skyline like a true caped crusader. It keeps pushing new challenges and tools at you, so it never feels stale. This is the gold standard for superhero gameplay. Many have tried, few have matched it. Hi-Fi Rush is like if Devil May Cry and Guitar Hero had a baby. You're fighting to the beat and every punch, dodge, and combo syncs with the music. It's not just gameplay, it's game feel. The rhythm-based combat is ridiculously fun and catchy, and even if you're not a rhythm expert, it helps you flow into the groove. It's colorful, creative, and joyful. This game proves that gameplay can be music in motion, literally.
Borderlands 2 is gunplay gone wild. You've got a billion guns, hilarious enemies, and pure mayhem at every corner. The shooting is tight, the loot is addictive, and every character has a unique skill tree that keeps the combat fresh. Whether you're going solo or co-op with friends, the gameplay is always fast-paced and explosive. And the writing? Absolutely insane, in a good way. It's a looter shooter that's fun first, logic later, and it totally works.
Elden Ring is gameplay freedom. Want to find a dragon with a magic staff? Go ahead. Want to ride into battle with a great sword and no armor? Your call. Every boss fight is a test of skill, timing, and learning. It's not easy, but it respects your intelligence. And the world doesn't hold your hand. You explore, discover, and learn on your own. The controls are tight, the combat is deep, and the satisfaction of finally beating that boss is next level. This is gameplay that challenges and rewards you.
The Devil May Cry series has always been known for its ridiculous gameplay and wacky storylines, and the fifth installment is no different. Dante is back and ready to kill some demons once again, this time with even more weapons and combo potential, but all the same speed and style as before. The gameplay feels so natural, and even though some fights can get pretty tough towards the later stages, it never stops feeling fun. The overarching narrative is a nice way of keeping things tidy, yet this sequence is still remain absurd at all times, ensuring maximum adrenaline and excitement no matter what.